You can't just say, oh, I want to do 50-50, but only 50-50 with the bills. No, sir. If you want 50-50, it's going to be 50-50 with everything. This is a message for the 50-50 men out there. So since y'all want to go 50-50 on bills, let's go 50-50 on the chores. Let's go 50-50 on taking care of the kids. Let's go 50-50 on cooking, okay? Let's go 50-50 on shopping, grocery shopping, all of that. You can't just say, oh, I want to do 50-50, but only 50-50 with the bills. No, sir. If you want 50-50, it's going to be 50-50 with everything. Everything. Now, personally, I don't like the 50-50 idea. I'm very traditional, old school. I feel like the man should be the head of the household, take care of the household. Of course, I'm going to make my own money. But as far as splitting the mortgage or rent with you, at this point, we might as well be roommates. Are we in a relationship or are we roommates? What is my purpose here? If you're asking me to split a mortgage or rent, we are roommates. Period.
See, this is why I get confused with the whole 50-50 thing. She just said that if we're going 50-50, we're going 50-50 on everything. We're going 50-50 on the bills. We're going 50-50 on all the house chores. We're going 50-50 on I'm spending kids and everything. Okay, and what? So I don't know any men that would have any problem cooking or cleaning in the house, splitting those things 50-50 with you. If that means I can keep more of my money in my pocket if I help you out in the house, then hey, let's do it. And honestly, I know more men that take care of house chores than women do, which is sad. Which shows you that men don't just subject women to just cleaning the house up. Men don't have any problem watching their kids. So what's really the issue here? Then you sit here and you say that you're the more traditional type of woman. What these modern day women don't understand about the traditional type of woman, the traditional woman didn't work. The traditional woman took care of home, took care of the kids. It was no going to work for the traditional woman. 9 times out of 10, the traditional woman couldn't work. So her contribution to the house was to take care of the kids, to wash clothes, to cook and clean. How is a man asking you to help him out with bills that you also contribute to accumulating, now considered roommate status? This is how I know you women don't even like the men that you're dealing with. You just use him for whatever lifestyle he accommodates you with. Because if you cared about this man, you mean to tell me that it's so much of a hassle for you to say, hey, I'll pay the water bill, an $80 or $90 bill. Hey, you know what? I'll pay the Wi-Fi, an $80, $90 bill. You mean to tell me that grocery shopping is too much for you? You mean to tell me asking a woman to clean up in the house is now roommate status? If I'm taking care of the mortgage or the rent, $1,400, $1,500 a month, whatever the case may be, you mean to tell me you can't come out your pocket a minimum of maybe $300 a month? Yet and still you want to sit here and holler about you're a boss chick and you get into the bag and you got your own money, this and that. Now, as a man, I'm supposed to provide this lifestyle of luxury for you while you still keep your money to yourself. I'm still supposed to provide dates for you. I'm supposed to give you gifts, but I'm not supposed to ask you to do any cleaning up. I'm not supposed to ask you to do any cooking. I'm not supposed to ask you to do any laundry. Now, me personally, I do my own laundry. I'm supposed to pay all the bills in the house and just allow you to live in luxury. These women just make it sound like us men are supposed to be there only for their financial benefit. How dare us ask for anything in return? How dare us as men ask for a woman, hey, you know what? Could you pay this internet bill? Could you pay this cell phone bill? Could you pay your car insurance? At least. I just really want to know what these women are doing with their money. Now, I'm not a person that pocket watches, but every time I heard this conversation, it comes from a woman who's saying she's getting her money, but she doesn't want to do any cooking or cleaning, but expects the man to do the duties of a husband. How does this even make sense? 50-50 is literally never 50-50. My household has actually been on different ratios of that 100%. Sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 70-30, sometimes it's 20-20. Ain't nobody got 100%, but we make do with what we got. So my advice to fellas, if you come across a woman who you notice and you find out that they won't even help you when you need the help without you even asking for the help, because if you love me like you say you love me, if you respect me like you say you respect me, and if you care about me like you say you care about me, it should be in you to want to lighten my load and relieve me of some stress. Because right now, you're providing 100% for your own lifestyle. And like I said in other videos, you mean to tell me for a man to come into your life and take any percentage away from that 100% that you're responsible for is a bad thing, and you're considered roommate status, that's insane. If someone came into my life right now and said, Shawn, you know what, let me take 30% of that off you, and all I have to deal with now is just 70% of what I'm responsible for, you mean to tell me I'm gonna turn that down? Hell no. It's no way possible I'm turning that down. Take whatever you can offer me to help me. Fellas, you gotta be aware of these selfish women. These are the women that you're gonna see 5, 10 years, 15, 20 years from now, lonely. They're gonna end up getting the worst end of the stick than what they could have had today. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with being picky and picking the right man or woman, but you have to understand and be realistic about expectations. If 2 people join 2 incomes together, you would get a whole lot further than 2 people having 2 incomes, but only one person providing for everything in that house. Only one person's 100% solely providing for everything in that house, while the other person on the other end do whatever she wants to do with her money. That is no way possible that it will ever work. Without that man growing resentful, without that man being controlling, and without that lifestyle being miserable for both of you. And these are the women who feel like their looks will get them what they want. Some do, but those looks for those women fade away. Then what do you have? All I say is, fellas, be smart. So the women out there who don't mind helping their men out with bills and still do things in the house too, we salute you. Now, on the other end of this, I do feel that if 2 people are working together and they both put their incomes together to pay bills, the responsibility of the duties in the house should be split also. I don't mind cleaning up my house. Before I met my wife, I had to clean my house up. Cleaning doesn't stop because I have a woman in the house now. Before I met my wife, I still had to cook my own meals. So when I got a woman, I expect to still be able to eat the way I was eating before I met her. Look, I'm gonna eat regardless if she cook or not. My house is going to be clean regardless if she cleans it up or not. But if I notice that you're not contributing to basic adult things without me having to ask you, then I'm not going to be there. I'm going to find somebody who will. And as a man, as a functioning adult, I'm entitled to do that. I'm entitled to take me and my money and go somewhere else. No one has to stay in a situation that they're not happy with. So, ma'am, if you're not happy with the 50-50, you don't have to be with a man that does 50-50. But I would want to enlighten you that a lot of men who pay 100% for everything, it's their way or the highway. It's no compromising. Now, to the men who go 50-50 and still feel they have the final say-so on things, doesn't work like that. Part of splitting duties is knowing that now sometimes you may have to compromise on some things. You gotta be very aware of those men who pay for everything and everything has to go their way. And if you're not a woman who can submit to that, who can agree to that, you're better off coming down here with us 50-50 men and we can talk about it. I'm more of a realistic type of person. I know how the economy is. I know how people's pockets are. First, to those average people who are making like $50,000 a year, us people down here, we gonna need more than one income in the house. Even the kids gotta work.